What's going on, dudes? Welcome back to the Vault. It's your boy, MC Gemini. And if you couldn't guess from that very awkward intro, the film I will be reviewing today is Gemini Man. But if you really think about it, what this film is trying to say is that if you are a Gemini, then you're destined to basically kill yourself. It's basically saying all Geminis are murderers, which is not true. Not all Geminis are murderers, which greatly offends me and triggers me greatly. So I may need to write a strongly worded letter to Ang Lee and everyone behind this film and to say to them, how dare you discriminate against Geminis like this. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it. This one opens with an introduction to Henry Brogan as he is on a mission to assassinate someone on a moving train. Cool cast for this one. Will Smith gives a great performance as a hitman who has got a conscience. Smith is joined by Will Smith, who gives an emotional performance upon finding out that he's a clone. Both Smiths just have some really great chemistry together. The pair are joined by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who kicks ass as an agent assigned to monitor the older of the Smiths. There's also a great supporting cast with the likes of Benedict Wong, who offers up most of the comedy, Clive Owen, who plays our manic villain, and a lovely cameo from Douglas Hodge. I really feel like Hodge's star is rising at the moment, so I'm interested to see what he does next. The story for this one tells of Henry Brogan, who after over 70 confirmed kills wants to retire, but before he can retire, he finds himself going toe-to-toe with his very own clone. This is a cool concept, and the message, that we are all our own worst enemies isn't too on the nose. It doesn't really take you out of the film too much. The story isn't really anything new, but it does play out at a reasonable pace, and some scenes do pack an emotional punch. The main character is written well enough, as are the supporting characters. And again, this film didn't really do anything new in terms of narrative structure, but it was still enjoyable for what it is. There's some really cool and exciting action set pieces for this film. The film takes advantage of many exotic countries and locations, and also has some well choreographed fight sequences. In terms of the CGI, the de-aging technology used for the young Will Smith's face is just absolutely spectacular. It does not falter at all throughout the film, and even holds up amazingly when younger Smith is crying and showing some real emotion. It does falter somewhat towards the end in the last scene of the film, somewhat. But other than that, for the majority of the film, it's just fantastic. These entertaining set pieces and beautiful locations come courtesy of Ang Lee. I've never been a huge fan of his films, but there's no denying that he uses colour quite well and to his advantage, and also gives us big wide camera shots so that we do not miss out on any of the action or the story. I'd have to say this is probably my favourite film of his. I mean, I haven't seen many of his films. I became a little bit disenfranchised with his work after seeing Hulk, but maybe after this I'll maybe give him another chance. Ang also knows how to work a set piece, as is evident when the two Smiths are battling it out with guns in a colourful abandoned building. Just really incredible. I don't really learn anything from this. I just really hope that I look as good as Will Smith does when he's in his 50s, when I'm in my 50s. Not black though, obviously, because I don't really think that would work with the double chin I've got going on here. There we have it, guys. There's my review for Gemini Man. Let's just jump to the two most important questions. Question number one: would I recommend this film? I personally wouldn't recommend this film. I mean, if you're a big fan of Will Smith and you're a fan of Ang Lee's films, then you probably will enjoy this film. But I would say that there are better films out there already. Go and watch Joker again, or if you haven't seen Joker, go watch that. And there are at least 3 or 4 new films coming out at the end of this week. If you're in the UK, that is. So I would suggest just going to watch those. So yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend this film. Let's just jump to the next question. Question number 2: does this film belong in the vault? There's not really much more I can say about this film. I had a few issues. Firstly, some of the drama felt a little forced. And as great as the CGI was in terms of de-aging Smith, it was noticeably spotty in other instances. Add to that, the end battle sequence felt a little rushed and anticlimactic, and this film just suffers from a lot. So for those reasons, it's because I wasn't really thrilled by this film. I will not be putting this film into the vault. So there's that little turd star. It's gone off with a little tear from Will Smith, followed by Will Smith's tear. So we have it, guys. There's my review for Gemini Man. If you've seen the film and you loved it, let me know what you loved down in the comments below. If you hated it, again, let me know what you hated down in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear from you guys. As always, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, your pets, your family members, your friendly neighborhood clones. Until the next one, peace and love, my dudes.